I 16M have a 4-month-old daughter. Ex-girlfriend wants to go to college and I am worried. Yes, I knew about condoms. I was just dumb. My parents divorced when I was 10 but lived primarily with my mom. Tiffany's 16 parents are together. When our parents found out she was pregnant, her parents kicked her out and my mom kicked me out. So now we live with my dad. During the pregnancy, my dad took my mom to court and got primary sole custody. He sued Tiffany's parents for legal guardianship and they now pay child support for her, and they are pissed and refuse to talk to us. I am in my bedroom and my daughter is in her bedroom and my ex is in the guest room that is now hers. My dad made a deal with us. We live with him until we are 18 with no rent payment. At 18 we need to decide what it is we do. I wasn't really that good in school and Tiffany is an A student. So I took my GED and my dad got me into welding school. I finish in 2 months. I also work full-time, so I do welding school at night. Tiffany goes to school and works on the weekends at Wendy's. This whole thing is a huge ordeal. We literally have no life. My dad helps but not that much because he feels it's our responsibility, which I agree but still sucks. I work 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. at a warehouse and go to school from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tiffany is home by 2:30 and picks up our daughter from daycare. We help each other a lot and then I head off to school and she stays with her at home until I get home and do it all over again day after day. When our daughter was born, my dad made us go to court. We have 50-50 and I don't pay child support because she lives with us. Because I work full-time I can get health care for my daughter and myself, and that sucks. It costs me $300 a month and daycare is $400 a week. Literally Tiffany works just so we can pay for daycare and I pay for everything else. When we are short on cash, my dad will help because he sees we are trying. My dad has been our rock. When we are tired and exhausted he will step in and give us a break here and there, but he makes sure we have everything we need and keeps us motivated. Tiffany wants to apply to college soon and I am worried because I don't want to keep living with her and I don't think I can keep our daughter full-time as a welder working 12-hour shifts. But she says she will start at community college and work but wants to stay with us living together since it's easier. Since I will be working, it will be best for us to stay with my dad. But my dad said at 18 we have to pay rent. She doesn't mind, but I don't want to keep living with her because we aren't together. I am unsure how to tell her this. My dad thinks she should stay with us as long as she is a full-time student to finish her degree because I'm already getting my career. I just feel that all this is unfair because the burden is on me. I guess I am ranting because I am scared and unsure of what all this means. Edit, I guess my thing about her living with us is that we are more like siblings now. We get along and joke and stuff, but since she is my ex I feel weirded out by it. Maybe I need to take a breather since everyone is saying it's a good thing. Also I needed to hear it from other people and not just my dad. He is pretty solid and I should thank him, maybe take him for dinner or something. Second edit, my dad isn't kicking us out at 18, but he wants us to be realistic to the world and pay bills. The money he gets from Tiffany's parents he just gives it to her. She is saving up money for a car and uses other money for her specific foods and clothes. Before I became a dad my dad always wanted me to live with him at 18 and figure it out and stay with him and save money to buy a house. When he found out I was going to be a dad he wasn't mad but disappointed and said everything has to change. He also is paying for my welding school of $20,000 and he bought me my car, but I do have to pay my own insurance. He does help as long as he sees we are trying and not being lazy. When school recently started he took my daughter to daycare every morning and helped Tiffany with a routine to get school work done. Tiffany wants to be a nurse or PA but the college told her nursing school is hard to get into and it's best to have a high school diploma, which is why she is still in high school and working the weekends. But someone mentioned a dual thing for community college and we will look into that. So we couldn't get daycare assistance because we are minors and they used my dad's salary. The funny thing is I can't open a checking account for myself because I am a minor, but the bank allowed me to open a children's account for my daughter because I am her parent. The irony. I read every single comment and it's given me a different POV, and I guess college seems so far and I was counting years, but it's really not that bad. She is like a sister now, and those who asked I doubt we will get back together honestly. I am not thinking about anything like that right now. I am too tired to think of a relationship or that type of future. Go to part 2. I 16M have a 4-month-old daughter. Ex-girlfriend wants to go to college and I am worried. Tiffany and my dad went to the school and were able to get her enrolled in college courses because of her grades. She won't graduate high school way too fast, but she will have enough to finish high school hours by next December, so 6 months early. She reapplied for assistance and we got a voucher for daycare, so now it's $50 a week. She quit her job so she can focus on school, but she doesn't start college until spring, so it's cool, it gives her some time. She still wants to be a nurse, so that's cool too. I got a new job that pays more as a forklift operator and will give me an internship for welding, which I won't be able to start until November/December until I finish my classes. Then I have to do a 2-month internship, but they are paying me really well. I started Monday. My dad and I had a long talk about my fears and he reassured me that it's okay to be scared, but we have a game plan. He is fixing up the basement to make 2 bedrooms and a living room like a little apartment because he said Tiffany and I will need space as we grow. He wants me to buy the house when I am 18 like he did with his parents, and he will help me pay it as long as Tiffany gets to stay until she finishes college and let her make her own choice. We all agreed this is the best option and we are all really much happier now. I guess I just needed to let it out. Tiffany and I are great while being parents is hard, but it's been good now that we feel a bit more secure. My mom and Tiffany's parents still haven't spoken to us because we aren't married. Which does make me sad, but it's okay, we have my dad. Tiffany's grandparents bought her a car and said that's all they can do for her and not to contact them again until we are married. The car needs some work, but I'm going to pay for it to fix it up. It needs brakes, suspension and some regular maintenance. My dad finally told me what all happened and I didn't know, but it made me open my eyes to all of this. My dad met my mom in high school too and they were together and got caught kissing. Since my mom's family are Baptist they forced my dad to marry her. I didn't know in Missouri parents can marry their kids at 15 which is why my dad has been so protective. They were going to marry Tiffany and I because she was pregnant and when my dad stepped in they couldn't do it. My mom and Tiffany's dad went and got a license for us and were going to marry us in their church. I guess I wouldn't have minded marrying Tiffany, but I would rather do it later. But yeah, that's why they aren't talking to us. My dad did say if that happened he would help us get it annulled but we have no intentions of speaking to them right now. He explained that Tiffany is stuck and while I might be afraid she is even more afraid because she has no one and I need to reassure her we are here for her as a family. I guess I couldn't see it that way and it's good that I talked to him. I hugged my dad and I have been hugging him every day now. It's nice it's made us closer. All of this information made me pretty sad and grateful at the same time and it helped Tiffany and I really start talking more. Like we talked but we didn't talk and I didn't know she was scared too. We are now doing days for us to be kids as my dad says. So we both hang out with our friends who still talk to us at least once a week and Tiffany and I do a lot of stuff on the weekends now that she doesn't work. Like taking Jelly to the park and going for walks and we did a pumpkin patch. Jelly seems to be happier too and Tiff doesn't seem as tired anymore. Edit, just want to say thanks for thinking I'm a great dad, but I don't believe it just yet. I depend a lot on my dad to help me. Tiffany and I are trying to take parenting classes that offer us a lot of advice and we have made friends there which is nice. But I don't think we would be this prepared without my dad. Also Tiffany is on WIC and we take parenting and co-parenting classes. It's my dad's rules.